All right, it is time to get rolling. It's time to start doing some puzzles. Will this be my last Puzzle Rush survival of the summer? Go back to work on Monday. Very sad. Okay, let's see. They just hung their queen. That's fine. I'll take their queen. Back row mate. We got erased their pawn. And they can't catch us. And we have another back row mate. All the back row mates. So good at back row mates now from these Puzzle Rush survivals. We got the chess.com back row mate. Pushing back, mate him. This one's a little harder, but it looks like it's takes. They have to take, and then we take with the queen with the mate. This is mate with the bishop supporting. I think we have mate like this with this little pattern. Because of this pawn, we've got queen in your face, mate. Let's see. We have this check, which at first doesn't look like anything, but then it turns out it's a lot. The rook is holding off this file. They have to move. The rook comes down. They can block, but because the knight is holding that square, we get the mate. So this is a rather complicated one for so early. It's not challenging. It's just complicated. Looks like here with the queen for the mate. Queen. Okay, so this king doesn't have a lot of squares to go to, but we can't mate on this diagonal. So because of that, what is happening? It looks like what we have to do is take this bishop. They take us, then we push. However they take, we get a passer that's slightly faster than their passer. Then we're gone. Okay. So it looks like we're going to get one of these. We can see that we can fork these two squares, but there's a bishop on it. But what we can do, because we have read our chess tactics from scratch, we can lure this rook onto the diagonal and then fork it. Good morning from California, Chris Hill. Good morning. I'm also in California. Are you in NorCal or SoCal? Or some other Cal? Alright, so we've got this pin here, which means we can just take this bishop for free. Here's the chess.com pushing back again, mate. Probably the best move here is to take advantage of this. We've stacked them, and now we crack them. And we don't care that they checked us there. We still get their queen. NorCal. Cool. Hope you're having a good day. I'm having a good day. Just kind of got up not too long ago. Had some breakfast. Had a nice relaxing morning. And now I'm doing some puzzles. So this one looks a little, like it looks like it should be super easy. But this knight is doing work. Like if I go here with the queen, the knight takes, and I don't have anything there. If I try to go here, that doesn't work. So it's like, how are we arranging this? Probably the answer is, if this knight is doing so much work, well, let's remove the knight. Then let's say they take this way. I check with the queen. They go here, and we do this standard pattern. Let's make sure material is even before we go ahead and win material. Okay, material is indeed even. This looks like a good way to go about it. And we got our win. This is checkmate. I can't remember the name of this. It's the Arabian Night, I think. But this is a very standard pattern that you should know. If you don't know it, get out your checkmate patterns manual from Chessable and learn it. That would be my best suggestion, because that is a must know. So this one, I was looking like, if only I could go here and checkmate. But then I was like, it's not checkmate. The king could come out, and this rook is here. But if we take here, we actually lure the king to that square and checkmate him. Day off work, just studying chess like you. Nice. I was working at Chess Bowl earlier on basic tactics. Cool. What's your source for basic tactics? This looks like it wins a rook. Wins a rook. Let's see if we get more. It's very close to an epaulet mate, actually. In fact, is it an epaulet mate? No, you could go here, but then we would mate there. So this works quite well. It's not just winning a rook, it's actually winning the game. We'll take that. So we have this check, which we might think wins a rook. But when they go here, I think it actually wins the game. Because the rook checks, queen blocks, rook checks, and we get it. Okay, this looks like the same one we had earlier, where we go check, they block, we take, they take, we get the rook. Material is indeed even, so we can be pretty happy with this plan. And we're at 24. My initial thought is to go here and have unstoppable mate. Let's make sure it is unstoppable mate. It's actually not. They can block here, but then we take, and now it's unstoppable mate again. And it's good enough. We win enough material where we don't get mate, but we win all of their things. This check looks pretty reasonable. We're hitting this and this. It doesn't remove the defender of this guy, which is what I thought we were doing. But we have a lot of interesting things here. So if we take this way, and they take this way, wow, this is actually getting incredibly complicated. I don't think it's supposed to be this complicated, so let's look a little bit more. We also have, if we were to take here with this fork, our queen hangs, but their queen hangs. So we are currently up a pawn. Let's say they take our piece, we take our piece. We're even, but this is hanging. Try another idea. We go here. They take this way. Then we go here. Take that guy. Takes. This is not hanging. Maybe the idea is. Nope, I was going to say takes here. But when we take here, we're not winning the queen. Okay. Back to this idea of takes. If they just take me, I take them, and they move the knight. I don't think I have anything. Okay, I am realizing I have this diagonal, but there's nothing on that diagonal. So going back to this idea, takes. Huh. I don't know. I'm having some trouble here. I'm leaning towards knight takes e4. I at least win a pawn. I don't think that's what the point of this puzzle is. Also, if I want to do that, I could just take it with a rook. Okay. I'm seeing like I could take here with the rook, take here, and then win this, but I don't get two moves, unfortunately. What am I missing? I feel like I'm missing one element to this puzzle. And once I find that last element, I'll be able to put all the pieces together. take with the bishop here. I don't know. I can't find the last element. I'm pretty sure it's knight takes e4. If I was in the game, I would just play rook takes e4 probably and be happy. The problem is with rook takes e4, I guess maybe they don't have this. I was thinking they would load up on that enough times. But let's say they go takes. Yeah, no, they would. Well, no, because when they went here, I could just take here. And then there's a discovery on that queen. I'm going to go here. Assume it's right. I know it's right because it's a weird, tricky puzzle, and that's how they like to roll. I don't even know what we just saw. So let's look at it one more time. Okay. Whoa, I missed a lot of comments in that long puzzle. Get all of the stuff, says Brosinger. Okay. Chris Hill, for openings, he likes playing the openings recommended by Robert Ramirez. Yep. Okay, nice. In that line you calculated, I think taking on e2 works because then their knight and bishop are both hanging. I mean, both knights. Okay, let's take a look at it. Because I don't quite understand what was so great about this. So we took, they took, and we took. That's what I assumed would happen. Okay, so in this position, the problem is both of these pieces were hanging. But I thought what they could do is just take me, and then after I took one of the two pieces, they would escape with the other one. So I don't quite understand why they did it this way. So let's look at it with the engine now. We're going all the way in. So when they took here, I took, nope, not there. I took here. They took, I took, and then here, I thought they could just take. Ah, this is what I missed. This is also hanging. They actually have 3 pieces hanging. So we start here, and both bishops are hanging at the end. That's the part that I missed. 3 hanging pieces at once. That's hard to deal with. Then after knight takes e2, rook takes e2, starting 2 pieces. Yep. All right. You guys all got it. I was really struggling with that one for some reason. But we got there. Okay, so we've got this pin. Looks promising. But how do I do something with it? That's a little bit unclear. My rooks both aren't doing anything. And my bishop's not doing anything. So, kind of a weird puzzle where it doesn't even look like a puzzle to me. I could threaten this guy here. I'm losing my queen. I could check here. And they could block either of those ways, which doesn't look too exciting for me. Yeah, I see nothing. So let's go deeper. Like at first intuition, I would just move a rook over and develop and be like, there's no tactic here. Ah, but now I see the tactic. It's the move the pawn up, threaten the piece, hit the rook. There is an issue though. If we move the pawn up and they take, I do have to rescue my queen first before I can take that rook, but I can rescue my queen with check. So it's not quite as simple as it looked, but in the end, we get there. Nice discovery, yeah. You're right, Chris. Let's see. Takes, queen check, blocks. Anything after that? Doesn't look like it. Another one where I'm kind of like, I don't know. I'm not convinced there's a tactic here. So we'll see what we can find. These pieces are also touching. They're backed up. So I don't know if that's relevant. Like takes. That changes the position only slightly. I mean, if I was in a game, I would be very happy with this move. Thinking like, well, now they have a pretty weak king. I could go like here and then put the bishop here, maybe. As a puzzle, that's usually not enough to say, and now their king's weak. Huzzah! Yeah, I don't know. Wait. Hold on. Their bishop's just hanging? Okay. That I missed. Okay. So why don't we just take the hanging bishop? Why? How is this even a puzzle at 27? Maybe there's some counter threat they have. Take the free bishop. Oh, our bishop's being hit also. Wow, I really see nothing here, do I? Okay. So yeah, so this position's very interesting and weird. So if I take, and then they take, that's where we have to start the real calculation. I mean, it looks like I get to go here first and check, and I win the piece. Weird stuff. Okay. Wow. Is this what kids call a discovered attack? I think you found it already. Bishop takes, queen g4 looks strong. Yep. Okay, that was a weird one. Yeah, wasn't that bizarre? The two bishops both hanging. Like, I don't know. My brain isn't trained to look for that kind of stuff, right? It's like if I was playing a game, there wouldn't be a position, I don't think, where both of us had a hanging piece, because that would have been resolved. It would have had to be a very bizarre position. So it just felt unrealistic, and so my brain didn't process it correctly. This is where I want to look at first. It's where my brain's going. If they move out of the way, I pick up the rook. That looks good, but they could just put the bishop in the way. And that's less... Well, no, I still get this rook. So, is that enough to get a rook? If I can get this rook, it is. But if I go here, and he goes here, and I take this rook, I might get mated here. With, like, check, here, check. Maybe if I take with the rook, I'm okay, actually. Maybe not. Nope. The queen's going to come in and checkmate. Oh, no, queen can't come in that way. So maybe I am okay if I go that route. There's also stuff here that is promising, but it just doesn't look as good. It's like takes. The bishop's backing it up. So we're going to start here. Oh, this is not hanging. The queen. What am I even talking about? However, I can make it hanging. I can go here, check. If takes, get the rook. Now I've only one in exchange. I can take the rook anyway. I don't think that does enough. So yeah, I guess we're going here. We're saying that exchange is strong enough. It blocks with queen, you take with queen in between check, then take the rook. Yep. You are right, Chris. Chris is nailing them today. Okay. This looks like mate to me. It's this idea of if this are on the shoulders, it's an automatic mate. That is the pattern I just immediately gravitated towards, and it looks like it works. Oh, chess patterns. They're so great. This is backed up. But this rook is fully loose, and this rook is partially loose. So how do we take advantage of those two data points? We also have this. And if they take with the rook, the knight is hanging. If they move the rook, this guy's hanging. So that probably is the answer. Yeah, I'm not seeing something really great they can respond with. That doesn't quite work. It's close. Because if I go here, they can say, haha, come back, but then I can take and then win that piece. That's pretty good. I still win a piece. Okay. But boy, they should have made that one a lot more complicated than I thought it was. 3 pieces to a queen. This looks hard. Okay, I'm looking at queen to e3 check. Oh, this is going to be a hard one for me. This is going to be a lot of like calculating every very like different square this king can go to. I'm not excited about this one. This is going to be real work. So when I go here, I don't think the king wants to go this way and risk sort of getting trapped. It doesn't. Oh, in fact, that would lose the game. The bishop would immediately go here and win the piece. So that's off out of the question. That means the following squares are available. This looks like a very safe get out of dodge square, but it's not. That's a fork. So we're limiting these squares down now. So now there's just these 3. So let's go to the farthest one away. And let's say check. King can go here now. Feels like at that point the king has basically gotten away. Yeah, and I don't see a way to bring him back. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get this one. Bishop e3, king d5. Anywhere the bishop wants. King goes to d6. It's close. Like if we could get the bishop here, that would win, but it's vulnerable. We'd have to first have moved the knight to pull that off. Boy. Well, I'm going to do this. Seems like it's the only first move I can find. And I don't see how we stop him from going up there. And once it goes up there, I think he's gone. Let's see. Here. Goes up. Here. Goes there. Here. Goes up. Here. Goes up. Yeah. I don't see it. I'm going to go here. But I didn't see it. Alright. Let's see if you guys got it. Yeah, I agree. It was, to be frank, is a bit too much for this early in the morning for me before I fully woken up. I don't know if I want to say it like that, but I will say I wasn't really in the mood to do one this complicated. I have no idea what the answer is here. That's the problem. Okay, well, I looked at that, and then he goes up, and then what? Maybe here? That's the move I wanted to do, and it works, because you go there. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. Come on, man. What happened there? Ah, that's too bad. Like, I had a lot of those ideas. I just didn't take the time to really put them together. That's what's frustrating. Okay, so I go here. King moves. Take the queen. King here. Go here. King can't catch up to that pawn. Simple as that. Sorry, too slow. Haven't solved it, but I think it was the other bishop check because you need the knight on e4. Yeah, you're right. I got lazy. All right, this wins this pawn, this bishop. Is that enough to just win that bishop? It might be. This pawn is going to be hard to stop. This is very complicated also. But I think the answer is here. I don't know, let's say moves over, takes, moves over, here, and then like here, here, here. It just kind of feels like the checks keep coming though. I don't know. I don't see another way to do it. Okay, that kind of feels like a mistake. Yeah, just take here. Okay. I think they had a much more resilient way to go about that. But I guess we still have gotten there. I mean, this pattern is quite nice. But it does not work. They have lots of ways to stop it. A knight here would actually win if it couldn't be taken. It can be taken several ways. So what are we working with here? Is what we're working with just this knight is hanging? And then if they take our knight, we take another knight? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I think so. I think it's a big misdirect. A big old misdirect. Okay. It was a big old misdirect. So normally h1 would be mate, but the bishop's there. I don't see a good way to get rid of the bishop. What's interesting though is we can take here, and that is going to be mate because of this. So here, here, here is mate. Okay, a little bit different. Check here, here is mate. Yep. It's funny, we've had like an impossibly hard one and then these ridiculously easy ones. So these puzzles are funny. Here, only way to stop mate is there, and then we go there and get mate. Another very simple one. They've got 2 queens. We don't even care. We're just ignoring those queens. We go here. If here, here. Here, here, there. Boom. Alrighty. We're down some material. This, though, wins the queen back. And then we're just winning. Winning. Ooh, which way do we take? Forgot about that. That does change things, doesn't it? I guess I get to go here first. Check. That's the point. And then we win. Okay, we're at 39. We're kind of cooking now. Is there an early hiccup? Things are going okay. Oh boy, I don't know what to do. Everything I keep looking at doesn't quite work. This is backed up. That guy's backed up. Could go here though. Check, that's mate. Unless they can do something about it. And they actually can't. No, they can. They can put that rook there. And then I would go rook takes, pawn takes. Doesn't quite work. Something we could do though, which also probably doesn't quite, well, maybe. Here, here. Put the rook on f8. And then I thought I was winning this bishop, but the bishop is backed up. But the queen might be fully trapped here, actually. I think the queen is fully trapped. The queen is fully trapped. So it's actually a queen trap. It was make it so that you could queen trap. That's pretty tricky. It looks like it's going to be a mate, but it's actually a queen trap. Okay, so that rook we can hit, but it's guarded. here, here. Check. Could pop out to either of these squares. If this square, the queen can't get involved very easily. Could also go here with the queen right off. They could block, though, with either the rook or the queen on g2. I don't think I have anything there. I could also play rook a8 now. But they are threatening big things. Do they mate me here? Sure looks like they do. Check here, check here, here. They don't quite mate me. But if I go here first, and then they go here, then they're at least picking up the... Well, you can't pick up the rook. Maybe I get away. They do have the bishop also, though. So that could be a problem. In fact, I think it is. After here, here, it's mate. So yeah, so I don't get away. So I think I have to actually take here. And then maybe the answer is queen here first. Queen first, check, check. Back. I know, can't go back. Yeah, so that's the answer. If we put the queen here first, they cut off their own escape squares. Then we get it. Ooh, that's a tough one. Yep, Chris liked the rook sack first. That's what I originally was drawn to, and I couldn't quite make it work. And then when I realized, oh, I'm facing a mate threat, that makes it a lot easier. We have to. Okay, so... Yeah, they just can't stop it. But in this race... yeah, that's... Well, if we take... And then they go here... Then we're going to lose, probably, with all those pawns. So how do we do this? Do we have time to first go here? Here, here. We do not. The king can go in the corner. So I'm a little bit unsure how to do this. Here, here. Here. Make the queen. If I just say, fine, I'll make a queen too. I guess their king is much more vulnerable than mine. So I think this is... I think I just get my queen and say, I'll win unless you trade. Alright, there we go. Oh, here's Levy Rizman's sacrifice the rook. The rook! Yeah, I can't do a Levy. Okay. Immediately drawn to rook takes knight. I don't think that works though. We don't have enough other material. If we could just get that knight out of there, then we'd really be in business. Because this square is the mating square. If we went something like this and this, I don't think that does anything. Why can't the rooks just be doubled? Oh, I think I see it. Well, at least see something. I don't know if it works. Check? No, not check. Just takes. Threatening mate. They take. We can come around this way. But when they go back, how am I mating? I don't see a way. Like I can get to here, but I can't get any closer. Once again, I feel like must be missing something. Alright, are we not trying to mate? Is that a misdirect? Let's see. Um, I don't see anything else particularly intriguing. Everything's blocked. I mean, backed up. Could go like knight to h5 first, threatening to take the pawn, but I don't. That doesn't look like it does anything. Yeah, I cannot figure this one out. Ah, I think I figured it out. I think it's much simpler than I was making it. I just go here. And I'm threatening to take with mate or hit the final square. I was too obsessed with this sack. And then if they try to move or something, they're going to lose. Alright, so it was super easy, but I was making it way harder than it should have been. What about set up a check in 2 moves in a row? Yeah, you're right. That's exactly what we had to do. I don't know why I was making that so hard. Well, they've got a lot of hanging pieces, but we're down 2 pieces. But we're not down 2 pieces because we also have a queen. So what if we take and they kind of have to take, and then we take, we're up a bit of material, we're threatening a back row mate. I'm trying to decide if we have something better than that. This loses. So we lose our queen, and then we're down material, so we don't want to do that. So this feels pretty straightforward. Okay, I did miss there was a check there. Hopefully that's not going to be a problem. If I go here, he's got there, I go here, there, here, and we barely get away. If I come down, then this or this is check. If I go this way, this starts to look very scary. So here, check. Here, check. I still think I'm okay. I'm going to go this way. Okay. 44 is pretty good. Pretty good. Check. Here. Check. We could take with lots of things. That first check seems like it almost has to be right, but I would definitely like to go further to confirm that. Now, rook on b2 is fully loose. That is important to recognize. So is the rook on h1. So I have 2 fully loose rooks. That's when you know you're losing. When your pieces are so disconnected that they're just all loose and ready to be double attacked. Sure sign. Okay. Check. Here. Now what? Here. Threatening mate. So here, here. Threatening mate. Could stop the mate with this move or this move. So let's see about knight there. Then I would go... I don't know. I'm going here. Okay. I'm going here. And that. What was this thing? Oh, yeah. Oh, and then now we can tuck back. That's interesting. Still struggling. This looks like the obvious move. But what happens when he snuggles back in the corner? I don't know. I still can't quite solve it. I can get all the way down here with just making good moves, but I can't quite solve it. Here does not do it. We can't even win material. What is happening? Why is it so hard? Here would be mate, but we can't back it up. Here would be mate. We can't back it up. Boy. Looking at rook e2 to try to help. Man. This would be really frustrating in a game to be like, what? How do I finish this? Wow. I can't believe I'm fully stumped here. The other problem is they're just going to bring a rook to g2 and kick that queen next move. Okay. Nope. I thought maybe I could go here and skewer the queen. But no, they'll just take that way. I'm about to put my rook here. But I don't think that works. I just can't find any other move. Ah, rook here. That's a good move. Okay. That was a wild one. Oh my goodness. Yeah, 44 is real good in my old book. 46 is my high score. Let's see if I can beat Chris Hill's high score. All right. So our 45. We're getting close. Getting close to 50. I've only gotten 50 a couple times, like twice total. So here, and this does not work. That seems like what the pattern would be. But we do have that. It's like here, here, here. It has to be here. And go there. And then that is going to be mate. And if here, then we just get to go there. So this works. But I'm in check. How embarrassing. This looks pretty good. We get to attack the rook. They check. We take the rook. If they like... Okay, this... It feels like that's the too obvious move. But I don't actually see a way around it. Okay, so now... Oh, but now this doesn't work. This whole plan is gone. No, it still works, right? No, because that square is gone. So when we come here and he goes there, we can't go there now. How rude. Now I was looking at something like this and then win the queen, but we can't check like that. It's like check here. Now here. Nope, that doesn't work. Oh, well, I was thinking maybe here. Then they just take there. Oh, and if I go here now, they can just block it. So yeah, so maybe they fully cut off that whole avenue. So d7. Another possibility is to go rook g1. But then they could just move over to e6 with the rook. I don't feel like I have anything. Okay, d7 takes with the pawn, takes with the bishop. Maybe that does work. d7 takes, check, there, check. King goes there, though. And seems fine. Here. No, I was thinking maybe takes here with check, but it's not check. Let's go back to this idea here, here, and here, here. Nothing. Move the knight first. And is there some cool check anywhere? Looks like there's nowhere this knight can go and then deliver a check next time. Ah, I found it. Finally. I go here, they take, and now the check is available because I freed up the square. Woo! That was a hard one. Oh my goodness. Ah, yep, Chris already had it. I think, Chris, your high should be higher than 46 because you are getting them all. Okay. What's happening here? King looks endangered. Our pieces are all clogged and can't do anything. Like, it looks like we're getting crushed. Like, not only does it look like we're about to win, it looks like we're about to lose. What is happening? The one thing is their queen looks kind of stuck. So what if I just push this pawn? The queen can take here, though. So it's not fully stuck. What about take? No, because then the knight can take. Also, if the queen took here, it'd be check. Okay, I could take here, hitting the queen. So I take here, queen can't take back. Queen moves kind of anywhere is the problem. It's not like that does something glorious for me. Oh, but then maybe I can win this piece. So here, if they want to stay on the diagonal, and they go here or here, I take advantage of that. With what? How do I hit them there? I don't see that one. I could go here first, luring him to there, then going here, then he goes here, then I go here, then he comes back. But all this being said, I'm also in check. Okay. And I'm looking at D4 for the king. But then this is also check. And now we're getting close to mate. In fact, that might be mate. No, it's not quite. I can go there. There's no way I survive that. There's no way. Like, that's probably mate. Okay. So, that's out of the question. I can't go here. So the only move I have then is to take. And then they take. What's the material like? Am I actually up? No, we're even. Okay, well, obviously this is the move then. Okay. Problem is this is going to hang now after, and that is hanging. So I need to move to a place where it's not check. I go like here. And if they take, I take, and I actually survive. And my pieces are a little bit more alive. I can't go there. Theoretically, I could go there. Then I would get checked. Here I get checked. So if it's here, check, here, then I lose. If I go... Oh, I was thinking here. I can't do that. If I go there, I lose. So it has to be a way to make this work. So check here. Yeah, I don't see it. Then I go here and they take with check and then I lose. The reason I'm saying that is because then they're taking there. And then they're up a piece. All the paths look losing. Well, I don't know. I don't see a way. Just, I see the way. I see the way. I go here. When he takes here, I go there. Yep, that's it. Bam. Woo! Worked my way out of that one. Oh my. We've done 47 here. Black to move. Black's pawn is nowhere near the end. I mean, we can go here. Moves king, snap off their pawn. But we're really just working in drawish territory at that point. If we go here, they're actually forced to walk in front of the rook. Take the rook, take, and then we get to lose the pawn race. Maybe. Maybe not, because their king is here. Boom, 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 boom. Check. Through the king, getting the pawn. Dang, that's a cool one. Or they move off of it because, whoa, wait, don't rush. If I go here, then I don't win. I have to go here. And we barely do it. Bam! 48! We've only had one miss, too. White to move. King looks pretty vulnerable. In fact, don't we just win? Oh, I thought we won. With moves, takes the queen, but then the bishop's covering the queen. So sad. What about here? I was trying to get some clever with the bishop. We could try it now. Can't get behind. What are we gonna do here? Oh, this is the move. So it's here. It has to take. Then we come around. Now it can't get in between. Boom. And we win the queen. 49. I like it. Alright, this is close to a mate. But he can go there. And then what? We go... where? I don't know. This doesn't work. Okay. It's Queen A8 check. King C7. We do have another check on A7. They block with their knight. And then we go Bishop G2. We're threatening to win the knight at a minimum. They back it up with the rook. No. I think it's like here. Oh, never mind. It didn't work here. Here. Bishop backs up here. Nope. The bishop will be covering that. Well, I don't see it fully. So I'm going to make a move that I would make in the game and go there. It is wrong. It's wrong. Okay, let's see. What was the answer? Threatening the mate. Wow, That was so easy. Oh my goodness. Oh, I was so obsessed with that other move, and it was not a hard one. That's really embarrassing. What about check, takes, check? Can block there. Check. No. What about when they block there? Can we take advantage? We win that. What if we... No, we can't start there. So queen is hanging. So we go check here. Takes, queen, takes, win that piece. And then we end up being up. Yeah, we end up being up material there. Check here. Oh, we went that way. Okay. I forgot you could do that. That does make things worse for me. Still think I'm going to win that bishop. Question is how. If we go here, does nothing. Well, he's got to stay by this rook now. Let's say he goes there. Then I don't know. If we get this one right, we're at 50. That much I do know. So if I just take the bishop now, queen takes. My queen has more chances to do stuff. Like, let's say I went to d2, and then they went back to f1. Ugh. I don't think that works. We do have some ideas of, like, rook d8, rook coming in. And then when it comes up, we win the queen. But if we go here and say they go there, I would win the queen. So that would work. We go here. Yeah, okay, this is starting to look better and better. There's nowhere for the king to go. Everywhere the queen runs makes that king vulnerable. I think this works. That's the one square where I was like, I don't know. But then I go here and here, so it should work. Here. And then boom, we win the queen. We don't win the queen. Oh my goodness. What? How do they keep finding a resource here? Takes. Does not work. Check. And then now we finally win. Except for then they can go. No, they can't go there. 50! 50. We did it. We did it. Okay. Chris says, I forgot to say congrats on your last senior tournament. I'm still working to enter my first one. Never played in an OTB tournament, but I would probably play an under 1800 if not lower. Yeah, I highly recommend that. I think one of the great mistakes people make when they enter OTB is to take their online rating and then enter somewhere around there, especially your first OTB. Your first OTB is not as much a measure of your skill as it is a lot of other factors. Like, there is a lot happening at OTB tournaments. This one looks very easy. I feel like I'm missing something, but it looks like it's just check. Here. Mate. Okay, no, they can go there. So let's see this. So check. Here. I can pick up this pawn. I mean, this bishop. I really think I can get mate here. I go check. I can only go there. Check there. Maybe come over here first. So like check here, here, here. Check. I don't know. This is clear. Oh, okay, that's not it. But yeah, so I think, you know, in-person chess tournaments, just Like there's so much from the 2D to the 3D to the chaos to the people staring across from you to the actual having to grab a piece to sitting at the board for that long when you might be used to checking your phone in the middle of the games. Maybe you're not even used to a time control that long. So I say it's a good idea to start pretty low. I wouldn't start like if your online rating is like 1800, I probably wouldn't do like the under 1000 because then you're kind of doomed to, even if you do really well, your first rating is going to be very low because it can only be 400 points above the players you're playing. Thank you. I reached exactly 50. The last puzzle was 2787. And it was a tricky one because it feels like this is just such an obvious first answer. I cheated myself and didn't fully calculate, but that was because I couldn't find it. And I thought, like, well, I've done all my calculations. I can't find it. This is the right answer, and it was the wrong answer. And in fact, now that I look more carefully, I didn't look at this answer. So if I were to go there, does that work better? If they go here, I go here, and that is close to mate. They go there, I go here. So there, 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 there. Yeah, that's probably it. Go here. Oh, I can't go here, actually. Man, I'm being really sloppy today. This is what it's funny that I feel like I did a pretty sloppy job today, like sloppier than normal, but I'm playing tactically better, so it kind of made up for itself, which is a little strange. I still don't see the answer here. I mean, I don't think it's take this piece, but we'll take the piece, and it is take the piece. Okay, there we go. It was just take the piece. All right, well, let me go check something, and I'll be back in a moment. We'll see if we have time for something else. Well, unfortunately, it looks like there are some parental things I need to handle now. So, thanks for stopping by. We got to 50 today. We beat Chris Hill's record. So, it was a pretty good show. And I think that'll wrap it up for today. I'll see you all next time. Thanks for stopping by.